Let's start it. So this is the game where you manage to win the game, I think. Let's see, let's see. Hold on. So this is Legend 4. Legend 4, right? Legend 4 Zeus mid. Let me just put it here. Legend 4 Zeus mid lane. Do you see the text in here?
Now the survivors, because this one is in the bag.
Yep. Legend 4 Zeus mid lane. Okay. So let's see your game in here. So your comment in this game is that I would like to know what mistakes I made in early, mid to late game. So basically, you're saying, if I'm not mistaken, mistakes that you're doing all throughout the game. I made in early. Is it early mid or early with comma, mid, and then late game? I'm not sure. Or so yeah. The game is like 53 minutes. It's a very long game. It's and it seems like you managed to win the lane. Going to play against Invoker. Like the driver of the enemy is actually weird. I would say that the biggest problem that you'll have in this game is the Weaver. Like later on, because maybe that's because of the stunts that you don't have, like immediate stunts. But yeah, I don't want to skip anything in here because the game will always start in the early game, and if you don't prioritize the early game, like in higher MMR, you'll get punished. Don't just look about the mid game and then late game. It's always gonna be early game. Wait, what happened in here? Early game is the most important part of the game to me. Okay. So first mistake that you did in here is that you don't have any vision, and then you decided to go in the low ground. I don't know if you don't have the observers. Like, who took it? Disruptor. Who else? Here, bottom. So yeah, never go to to the low ground, especially you're a core, like Zeus. What if you died in there and then the your mid counterpart gets the kill, like Invoker? He can easily dominate the lane because of that first blood. So be careful about that one. It's a good thing that the enemy is just stupid, and you manage to survive and then get the kill. But yeah, last hitting wise, wait. Tango. For some reason, you're not doing some aggro. Like, if you're going to attack from low ground to high ground, there is 25% chance that it will miss. So I would suggest that you go for aggro, like drag the wave towards you, and then you'll have easier time to actually contest those last hits. Because here, yeah, see it right there? You miss a last hit on the melee creeps. You can actually go for the arc lightning at that point, but it's going to be, you know, kind of costly to you because you don't have any items yet to sustain your mana at this point. So as much as possible, you want to save your arc lightning just to secure the range creeps, right? But whenever you use the arc lightning, it will push the wave naturally, so you will have harder time to actually you know, play around the mid lane because of the creep equilibrium's position. So yeah, you cannot contest those creeps, but you can take those runes, Water Rune, and it's still gonna be the same thing in here. Like, you're always playing in the low ground. I mean, yeah, you have 7-1 base damage. Invoker has 67 right now. But if you're playing from the low ground, it's so much difficult. You're just getting away with it because you're playing against Invoker, not something like Queen of Pain, you know, Ember, that whenever you got out of position, you'll die for sure. And then the only way that you can secure last hits is by using the spells. Well, something like Tiny, you know, those heroes. Yeah, last hit, deny. Last hit again. Yep. So far you're doing great when it comes to the last hit. The Invoker is not abusing the positioning of the creeps. Like, never. He's just content with farming as well. Yo, Tribo, what's up? Yeah, you don't have mana again. Maybe you can go for the bounty runes. No? Crypt blocking. Doing some aggro. You can actually go for Q on the observer ward as well. Like, have an early ward. It's gonna be important later on for the nighttime. Especially they have Budge that can go from the top lane towards mid. So let's say I'm the Invoker, how do I position myself to make better advantage for myself? I mean, the positioning of the creeps is actually in his favor. Like this Invoker. Whenever the creeps are here, it is really advantageous to him. Because you cannot trade hits like right clicks. I mean, you can try to right click the Invoker, but again, there is a 25% mischance if you're attacking from the low ground. So that's one of the mechanics that we abuse in the higher MMR bracket. Like here, you cannot easily contest because you're playing from the low ground. You just need to fix the lane. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Once you are out of position, you'll die. Zeus doesn't have way of escaping from those you know, from those attempts of killing him. You can only run. But what are the chances that the enemy will let you survive? Of course, they will only commit to you if they think that they can kill you. Or might as well zone you out of the lane. Ulti, no look. Maybe someone is telling you to go for it. Let's go. It's actually good. Although, the kill that you have is only for support. Like, it's only Dazzle, right? Which is their pos 5. Pos 5 Dazzle. I would say that it is not the greatest kill that you can get, but at least, you know, you have the kill. But the cooldown is like 130 seconds, and then you only got pos 5. As much as possible, reserve it for later. Like, get a core kill. Let's say safe lane, off lane, or even mid. reserve it for those cores. Don't just be content with getting support kills. Because if support died early on, they'll just have full HP and then mana. And then the respawn time is actually not that high compared to this mid lane, like 26 seconds. 21 on Pudge. But the idea is that the core is the one that will scale. The supports doesn't actually have the scaling potential. And they're so weak early on. If you manage to keep on killing the Invoker or the Weaver, they'll be delayed when it comes to their item timings. Therefore, your team will have an easier time going into the mid game or to the late game, because the enemy is still recovering while you are already ahead or activated. I would say that this is not the greatest gank that you have. Like, you're missing golds and experience in the mid lane. Like, almost 2 waves now. And for only this. So you managed to pressure the Weaver. Like, yeah, it's a good pressure, but no kill. Hello, Nisaj. Yeah, maybe after this, Nisaj, you'll have your turn. Because I'm calling you out earlier, but yeah, you're not here. So, yeah, let's see here. 2.6. This Invoker got like free lane. 2 or 3 waves and then some neutrals. Something that you don't usually give to the counterpart mid. And you're looking for Thunder God's Wrath again for the supports. It can be dispelled if he has Tornado. This haste. Yeah, Nyx is here. Mango. He's dead. Mango. No need. Keep going. Nah, get back. Keep farming. Keep farming, keep farming. Oh. I always ask my team to cover it for me every time I gank, but you know, yeah, of course. You always need to assume that your team is not gonna coordinate with you properly. It's Southeast. I'm a player of Southeast as well, so I definitely know how it works. Refill bottle? Yeah, perfect. You can actually go for the bounty runes. Okay, you want Etherlands just to have more cast range and then mana regen, which is actually good. But given that you have a draft with Nyx Assassin, Life Stealer, Disruptor, Underlord, and Zeus, I would say that going for Aghanim's Rush is not a bad idea in this game. In that way, you can always participate in their attempts with those skills. But yeah, Adderlance is still a good item. Like, sustain mana, cast range, everything. You'll die, you're getting cocky. Actually, he messed up. Forge Spirits? No? What the fuck is this Invoker? He's going to die. Holy shit. This Invoker is so bad. Mana regen? Yeah, why not? Disassemble? Disassemble? Don't tell me you're going to buy another energy booster.
It's looking spicy.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's fine if you are going to buy energy booster, but you can disassemble the boots right now, and then you can even go for... What? What happened? Did you just sell it? It's a misclick, right? It's a misclick. I mean, you have so many time to actually do it earlier. Like right here, but you messed up. It's costly, of course, but yeah, it's fine. You're ahead. You're looking again. I think Weaver could die. Ulti, yep. This is actually much better usage of ulti right there. Like, kill their cores, not just supports. That's a really costly mistake though, but it's fine. What's the next item that you're going for? You're still dewarding, and then they're engaging. I don't know why. Let's wait in here. Here, they're engaging. Yeah, mistakes after mistakes. If you're near, maybe they'll have the confidence to actually go proceed. You've used the haste so late, and then you're not doing anything right now. Like, the next assassin is there. He can go for the stun as well. But he hesitated because you're so far.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Stack maybe?
has been laid low.
You can even stack the ancients, like double stack. That's fine. You still don't have like the neutral items. 70 last hits only, 13 minutes. It's actually very low to me. I just thought the invoker will just ice wall tornado. Okay. But yeah, because of your camera movement, like you didn't realize that the invoker already used the tornado in there. Like there's no way that the invoker can dispel the tornado anymore, or dispel the haste anymore because of, you know, the tornado is on cooldown. And again, you're using your wrath just to get those kills. I mean, yeah, Pudge is an offlane in this game, but Pudge is not something that can easily take over of the game. Queen of Pain's dead, but still, a kill is a kill. It's always good. Farming. Envy, he took it. Maybe you want to go for Boots of Travels. Like, you're roaming a lot. Smoking. Interesting. What? How this guy has survived? Wait. So here, he got stunned. He got rooted. Arc lightning again. You should ignore this Pudge. Like, if you ignore the Pudge, you can go to the Dazzle. Weaver is gonna die, I think. Weaver is dead. Oh, wait for it. Watch out your positioning. Yep, poke on Pudge. You've used the regen, now it's out. Whoa, you can kill this Pudge. Maybe. Q. Bottle? Yep, TP out.
With 12 important vitamins, top tower is under attack.
I mean, when it comes to the engagement, Dazzle is really important in this match. Like, you can never get a kill if Dazzle is alive because of the Shallow Grave. And you almost died as well on this Pudge. Your camera movement needs to be improved for sure. You can actually bottle these Nyx as well. You're going to contest to this guys on mid. Maybe give the farm to them, and then just go with the jungle. Yep. Farm here. Farm the neutrals first. Lifestealer is actually taking the farm as well in mid. Like, if it's the supports taking it, they will have more golds and experience. Just finish your. If you didn't sell the energy booster earlier, you have the Aghanims already at this point, which is really big, especially this early on. No, you don't have any vision. Okay, almost. See how they're not really abusive about the positioning at all. Like, why they're not committing to you?
Tower is under attack.
You're their mid. Maybe they're not in position. You should look at them. Nah, you took the kill again. It's only support.
Tower is under
But yeah, it's fine. At least you have a kill.
double kill.
Nimbus, yep.
Much like Fordwood before Axe's out.
Go. He's dead. Go bottom. Bottom or top? Nah, top is too late. Go bottom, like walk in there.
Red mist spreads and Radiant's
Like right here.
middle tower.
Where you're going? We're walking to top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Tower has fallen.
If you're going to play in mid as well, you're not getting anything. Like, there's no way that you can push. So basically, you wasted like seconds in here. Like, you're just wasting your time in here. Like, you walk from here to here and then just to go back in here. It's a waste of time.
The red mist spreads. Radiant's middle
You need to be more efficient when it comes to your movement. Like those seconds that you wasted in here, it could be used by farming from here to here and here. That's like 3, 4, 500 goals in there. Like 1, 2, 3, 3 camps, and then there's a wave in here, like 2 waves. That's like 500 golds and then solo experience. But what you did is you just roam around for nothing. Wasted a couple of seconds. Essence ring, that's actually good. Man. Essence ring, yeah. You didn't take the essence ring. You're so squishy. I mean, cast range is okay, and then the mana regen. But this one has mana regen as well. You don't need the cast range that much. Especially that you have Nimbus. You're not even sticking with them. You're playing too safely in here, in your jungle. And then letting the Nimbus do the job. Which is actually a bad thing. Because you'll die as well because of your positioning. Like map awareness.
tower is under attack.
If you don't want these things to happen to you, you need to recognize what are the heroes that can kill you in this particular time of the game. It is going to be the Invoker and also Pudge. But when it comes to Pudge, he needs to be on top of you first. In that engagement, Pudge is actually showing in the top lane, but Invoker is missing. So you just need to be wary about the Invoker's positioning to prevent that from happening. You guys are small runes, maybe? Get the runes. There's also a possibility that there is an observer like watching you in that area. Like, how did the Invoker go in there instead of helping the top engagement? So, yep. You're really farming too safely. You're pinging for the Invoker. You're coming as well, right? Okay. I think it's better if you just farm your level 18. Like, let them do the job. Okay, you went for Kaya. Almost got hooked. That's a bait. Ulti. Dazzle's dead. Yep, much easier. Now you can push the bottom tier 2 with your team. But right now, what I want you to do is actually go in other lane, like mid lane, defend it by yourself. They took the tier to bottom, possibly outpost as well. Okay, now you have like boots of travels. What's your next item after this one? After travels? You need some survivability. Let's see. Oak terrain core, not bad. Wait, I didn't see it. Bits of travels, yeah. Keep bolting. So you see Weaver, you see Invoker, Podge, and then you're using the spells again on this Podge. Although it's actually hard for it to kill this. But yeah, this one is much better. Keep using on the Invoker. I think you'll die. You'll die. Yeah, you're dead. Positioning. It's about positioning. Invoker can always kill you. The moment that you use all of your spells to the Pudge, you gave them your location. So you need to be careful about it. Like, I'm too late. No, you're not too late. I just decided to start the stream early because we have multiple requests, like more than 5 requests, just to cover everything for this Saturday. So the enemy actually punished the mistake in here. Like they took the objectives. If you're alive in that engagement, I don't think that they will actually go for that Roshan play. Like, the life stealer will not go for commitment as well in there. So you need to be careful when you are going to show up, and then who's the target that you're aiming for. Now there's another one. Empty Villarreal. Invoker BKB, Rod of Atos. So what's next? I mean, they have the freaking Aegis, and then you TP'd. If you're going to TP like this, you need to inform your team that, guys, let's get back. I'm going to TP. They have Aegis. I mean, yeah, the engagement went in your favor, but they should not. Holy shit. The enemy is actually carrying you. Or, yeah, aside from the enemy is really bad, your team is really good. But basically at this point, Hysilas, the team is carrying you. Like, you're the mid lane, you are supposed to carry them as well. Not just the supports and then the off lane. That TP alone is actually a bad decision for me. Like, there's no catapult that can threaten the tier 2, and also it's only tier 2 top, and then it's almost 30 minutes into the game, so might as well just leave it as it is. Because if you're actually in there like much earlier, there should be no casualty because you're still stronger than them. If your core to be active, kinda be active. Like, my main idea is that you finish all of the items that you need to fight, like the Aghanims, Kaya. You know, you're not a core that is farming like 200 golds for BKB. No, you're not. You already completed the items that you need to fight. So that's why I don't understand why you are going to TP like that when the creeps cannot actually pressure the tower alone, and then there's no catapult, and also it's not even racks to begin with. It's only tier 2 at 30 minutes. I mean, I understand that it is for space, like, you know, map control and everything, but if you manage to kill them, like 5 of them, you can still gain more map control from that one, instead of you playing in the top lane, defending it. Because if you defended this top tier 2, you can easily access these areas, right? Because for the outpost as well. But if you manage to win the engagement in here, you will control this whole map. And then you can always go to top lane when the fight is over because you have Boots of Travels, right? So yeah, too greedy for farming the creeps, even though you just completed your items. And the team is actually carrying you so hard. Of course, in the graphs, like in the scoreboard, you'll do a lot of damage. You know, hero damage. Of course, it's going to be high because we're talking about Zeus. But we're talking about the impact of your hero itself. You're only like using 2 spells in engagement, Nimbus and then Thundergrad's Wrath. What about your Q? What about your W? What about your Etherlands? The cast ring, no? It's you're not using your hero at its full potential. Like here, detection, just go on the ground. Yep, but you know, no catch. Oh, he's still engaging. He's going to die. W, you get hooked. It's fine, you're alive. So where are you going next? Kaya and Sanj, right? You can actually go for something like Bloodstone as well. Bloodstone or even maybe Refresher. Because you're so far from the engagement. You actually... if you're going for status resistance like Kaya and Sanj, it's kind of core that can be in the front. Say something like Timbersaw, Void Spirit, Puck, even Ember Spirit or Storm Spirit. It's actually good because they are going to initiate fights, right? And then if they get stunned, the status resistance will actually help them to survive the initial assault. So Kaya and Sanj in this game for your Zeus is something that I don't expect that much because you're so far. Like the status resistance will not be useful if you're so far to begin with. Keep farming, yep. Get your level 25. Muted is dead. ×2. So Weaver is dead. What's the next objective in here? Take the fight? Radiant should not win this fight. But for some reason your team is not in the same page. Like the Life Stealer is in the Rush Pit while the Nyx Assassin and then Underlord is trying to kill them. You guys are not in the same page. So push in here, like you might get as well the shard. It's really good on Zeus. Shard, cheese. But I think the shard is okay with you. Like with the cheese, maybe go to Underlord to give it. Refresher. Wait, why do you have this item? Mindbreaker. Like you don't actually need it. You're not right-clicking people. This one is much better. Telescope. Telescope? So I'm going to fast forward the game, like it's already in ×2. I'm going for ×4 because the game will display as it is since you are in the advantage. Yep, you're going to win. So yeah, at this point the game is actually in your favor. Like you're not going to lose the game, right? Are you going to throw? Yeah, you're kind of throwing as well. So at this point I've seen enough. No, it's only about attack. Only attack. You need to attack someone in order to make use of that silence strike. So yeah, I feel like we are not going to learn anything from here. Imagine if you are actually in the fight, like in the vicinity, and then whenever the fight broke, especially with the Nyx Assassin, that's the only stun that you have, right? So if the engagement starts with the Nyx Assassin's stun, you can actually deal the damage already. But for the most part, you are actually late into the fray. You're always late. It has 25 magic damage. Yeah, only for the silence, the active. But yeah, um, Silas, do you have any questions to me? Because if you don't have any questions to me, we're going to summarize your game in here. Like, what are the things that you need to improve for this particular game? Do you like muffin? What do you mean muffin? I don't know what's muffin.
The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower.
Is it safe to assume that you don't have any questions about the game? Like the things that I've pointed out in your gameplay? Cupcake? I am not a fan of what is the category of that food? Like desserts? Cakes? Is it confectionaries? I don't know. I forgot the term about those type of food. Like sweets. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. I don't like sweet food. If it's spicy, I'll love it. So yeah, no wonder the game is really late in here. Like, you guys are giving them a chance to actually make a comeback in this game. Savory?
The red mist spreads.
I think it is confectionery. This is the term that I'm looking for. Like, I did
Spicy.
a search in here. Like, confectionery. That's a term. I don't like those for some reason. So yeah, since you don't have any questions, I'm going to end this game, like this analysis of your replay, and then we're just going to talk about it. So in the early game, though, the creep equilibrium is something that you are having issues with. Although the invoker mid was not able to punish you for playing low ground, but I mean, he did punish you for like once, but enemy did not really take advantage of it to its fullest. So you need to be careful about those positioning on the on the mid lane. Did you watch Tier 1 versus TNC? I did not. Sorry. Where's New Wing? This guy? He played in. This guy is the carry of Tier 1. What's the result, by the way? I think I managed to watch like game 1. I forgot. Nah, I didn't see it here. So yeah, going back to your Zeus replay, hi Silas. Creep equilibrium is something that you need to learn more. Like, you need to understand the threat of the enemy mid laner. Maybe you got overconfident that the invoker is not going on you when you are on the low ground for the longest time, but he did realize it once. So yeah, if you encountered a Smurf in the mid lane, I'm sure you will just feed, and then your team will blame you for the most part because you just keep on feeding him. You know. Positioning wise, early game, creep aggro as well, and then when it comes to the ulti usage, like Zeus has 130 cooldown on the Wrath level 1, 5 minutes in. Don't be content with just killing a pos 5 support. Because if you kill the pos 5, they will only take like 10, 20 seconds to survive or to respawn. Sorry. And then they're not actually farming, right? If you kill the supports, they could be happy about it because you're giving them full HP and mana, and then they can deliver like salve Mango to his safe lane or to his partner in the lane. So be more aggressive when it comes to the usage of the rats. Like early on, better to secure a kill on the cores rather than supports with his rat, since it's down for like 2 minutes and 10 seconds, unless you have like arcane runes, you know. But yeah, never be content with just supports. As much as possible, go for the core, because the core will usually win the game, like set up the tempo of the game. It's not something like Dazzle that will control the state of the game, and Dazzle will not actually scale because he is boss 5 and then he's so squishy, right? So another thing is itemization as well. Like when it comes to the draft,
I was the hammer.
I really feel that you should go for Aghanim's Rush in that game. Just leave it for Arcane Boots and then Aghanim's. I think it's fine. Azerlance is still good for sure, but if you want to keep on pressuring the enemy, like if you are in the in the advantageous spot, why you want to have like low pace game? You know, don't give them space to get their items. Might as well just keep on pressuring them, keep on killing them. So going for Aghanim's Rush is actually really good in that game because they're so greedy as well. Like they want to they want to farm like in side lanes, in mid lane, but with Nyx, you can always make something happen. And then there's Disruptor as well with the glimpse. Your draft is really good for pickoffs, so something that you should abuse when it comes to the draft. And then the only tanky guy that they have is only Pudge, and of course Dazzle can sustain. But if Dazzle is out of position, he cannot save someone. So yeah, itemization, and what else? What else we can go here? Like in the mid game, I think we discussed it earlier. Whenever the team is almost fighting, you need to be there. Aside from just using the Nimbus and then the Wrath, because you have Etherlands, you have the cast range that you needed. But for most of the part, you're just only using 2 spells instead of 4 spells. And then these spells that you have, like Q and W, the damage is high, and the cooldown is very low, which is something that you must take advantage of. You know, you have one stun, which is Nyx Assassin. Might as well play with him, like all the time. So yeah, since you win this game, pretty much the enemy committed more mistakes than you guys did. Like when you TP'd to the top lane and then your team still managed to win that bottom fight, because even the enemy has like Aegis as well. They still lose the engagement. So the enemy is just bad. You're just lucky that you're not able to get punished for it. So yeah, I think that's all that I can talk about in this particular game. Like opportunities, mistakes, game losing mistakes. In ancient or in the higher bracket, those things will not happen. Or even in the immortal, those decision making that you did, it's not gonna happen to us. But of course, maybe that's your bad habits. So we need to fix it. Hopefully, you'll be able to apply those things like slowly but surely in your matches. And let me know if you have any questions about the analysis. And let me know as well for like after you play game or games. Give me a feedback about the analysis, like if it's helpful or not in your games.
I step at last onto the terrain.
I mainly play offlane in the supports. That's why I always abuse those info. Like if you're really strong, play around it. Why farm? Why TP? You know. All right. Thank you for your time, Hi Silas. Since you don't have any questions, I'll put a check mark on your request in here in the Discord. And moving on to the next requester.